Welcome to Countouts. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at the price earnings ratio, otherwise known as the PE ratio. What is this ratio all about? This ratio gives an idea of the value of a business as it basically asks the question, how many times will earnings take to pay off the purchase price of a share? Or how many times will it take the earnings of the company to be able to match what the current market price of the share is? It also shows how many times over and above the earnings the ratio is trading, or how much you would pay for every rand of earnings the company makes. And you'll understand this much better when we go through the example right now. Generally, the greater the PE ratio, the better the perception of investors regarding the future growth of the company. What is the price earnings formula? The formula is the market price per share divided by the earnings per share. Now, if you look at this, you can see how the relationship between this one and the earnings yield, and we have done the earnings yield. You can check out the link on the top right of the screen for that lesson. But the price earnings ratio is the inverse of the earnings yield, because the earnings yield takes the earnings per share divided by the market price per share. But in this lesson, we're just looking at the price earnings ratio. So it's the market price per share divided by the earnings per share. Well, the market price per share is the price at which the stock is currently trading. And if you do not know how to calculate that, and you'd like to know how to calculate that, or you are required to calculate that, we have done lessons on those as well. You can click on the links in the description below for that. You can check those links out. But what about earnings per share? We've also done earnings per share when we're doing earnings yield, but let's look at it briefly here. The earnings per share indicates the earnings attributable to each share. From the investor's point of view, the higher this ratio is, the better, because the earnings per share will be greater. So this is what the earnings per share is. And bear in mind that when you're looking at this, we are looking at it from the perspective of ordinary shareholders, not preference shareholders. And you'll see why just now. How do we calculate earnings per share? It's the net income divided by the number of shares in issue. The net income divided by the number of shares in issue. How do you get the net income? Well, the net income is the net profit minus the preference dividends. Why do we minus the preference dividends? Because we know that preference shareholders are paid before ordinary shareholders are paid. So when we're looking at earnings per share and these ratios, we're looking at it only for the ordinary shareholders, the return to ordinary shareholders. So we have to pay our preference shareholders first their money before we see what is left over for ordinary shareholders. That is why with net income, we have to take out the preference dividends from net profit for us to get the net income. Now that we know how to calculate the earnings per share, let's look at an example of how to do the price earnings ratio. Here we are given an example, and we did the same example when we were doing the earnings yield. We are told that Ego Capital has the following in its capital structure: 800,000 2 rand ordinary shares, now trading at 2.50 per share. The company had a net profit of 350,000 rand at the end of the financial year. Calculate the price earnings ratio for the company. So how do we calculate the price earnings ratio? Let's remind ourselves. The price earnings is the market price per share divided by the earnings per share. What is the market price per share? We are told 800,000 2 rand ordinary shares now trading at 2.50. So the market price per share is whatever the share is currently trading at, and we're told that it's now trading at 2.50. So that is the market price per share. This 2 rand here is the book value, or the price at which the shares were issued, but we're concerned with whatever it's trading at now, so it's 2.50. So we have the numerator. What is our denominator? Earnings per share. So we need to get the earnings per share. You can see here we are not given, so we have to calculate it. How do we get the earnings per share? Well, let's remind ourselves of that formula again. It's the net income divided by the number of shares in issue. Net income divided by the number of shares in issue. And what is our net income here? Well, our net income is the net profit minus preference dividends. You can see in our example here, nothing is mentioned about preference shareholders or preference dividends. So we're not told anything about that. So we'll just use the net profit. And that's what you should do. If you're not told anything about preference dividends or preference shareholders, you use your net profit. So it's our net profit of 350,000 rand divided by the number of shares in issue. And we were told here it's 800,000 2 rand ordinary shares. So it's 350,000 divided by 800,000 shares, and it gives us 44 cents. That is the earnings per share. For each share, they're getting 44 cents as earnings. Now that we have our market price per share, which is 250, and we also have our earnings per share, which we have just calculated of 44 cents, we can get our price earnings. Price earnings is 250, the current market price, divided by the earnings per share of 44 cents, and it gives us 5.68. 5.68. What does it mean? It means that the market price of each share is 5.68 times above the earnings per share. In other words, you are paying 5.68 Rand for every Rand of earnings in this company. And that is what the price earnings does. You're able to tell how much you are paying for each Rand of earning. You're also able to tell how much above the earnings the market price is trading, and it's 5.68. And that is the price earnings ratio. If you have any questions or queries, you can leave them in the comment section below. Otherwise, check out our other lessons, our other related lessons like the dividend yield, the earnings yield, and our other ratios. And if you have gained value from this lesson, if you have learned something new, please consider subscribing to our channel, liking this video, and sharing it to those you think it might help. Till next time, cheers.